Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today we're going to be doing a book haul. For December, I had my birthday at the beginning of the month and then we also had Christmas. And I have, through that and just buying them myself, have acquired quite a lot of books. So I am going to be showing them off. I have a giant stack that I don't think I can even grab. I can't even grab it. I have been filling a big box in the corner of my room since the end of November, just with the books that I've gotten so that I can do this book haul. So we're gonna go into it. Like usual, I don't usually buy physical books unless I've read them, except for historicals. I broke that rule a little bit this month, or with gifts, with auto buy authors, I sometimes do that. So anyway, I have a lot of books that I'm going to show you. So we're going to get right into it. The first thing is actually not a book that I want to show you. I'm sitting on it. But it is bookish related, and it was a birthday present to myself. But I bought this bright green sweatshirt from Amy Dawes' shop. It says Bethnal Green Football Club on it, and as seen in Amy Dawes' Harris Brothers series, on the little logo in the middle, and then on the back it says Harris, and then it has a 16 because that is the year that she started writing the Harris Brothers series. But I absolutely adore the Harris Brothers series, so, and I love a good sweatshirt, so I bought that for myself for my birthday. Okay, so now for the books. So the first book that we're going to start with is actually an Amy Dawes book. This one is Domini. I have read this. It is Gareth's book, and it is actually the second book in the duet. I gave this book 5 stars. It is book 2 in the duet, like I said. Gareth is the only one of the Harris brothers that has a duet for his books. The first one does end on a cliffhanger. The first one's called Surrender. But I absolutely love it. It is a single mom and a hero who gives up control in the bedroom, and a woman who very much takes control of the bedroom situations. Football playing hero, would very much recommend. Okay, so the next one that I got was Still by Kennedy Ryan. So I bought a used copy of Still on Amazon, and the old cover, the original cover, came in the mail, and I posted on my stories that I had gotten the original cover of Still, and it was beautiful and I loved it, but I have the first 2 books in the series with these covers, and I am the kind of person that it really needs to match. So Bree from In Love and Words messaged me that she would love to trade if I was into that, and so she actually purchased this book for me, and I sent her the original cover copy. So I'm very happy to have this final book in this series. I have not read this yet. I know. I haven't gotten to it. I haven't really been in the emotional state. December's been hard. So I haven't actually gotten to this, but I will absolutely get to it in 2022, in the beginning of 2022. Like, I'm really putting this at like highest top of my TBR as soon as I'm like emotionally stable enough to read this book. I absolutely loved book 1 and book 2. I gave them 5 stars, both of them 5 stars. So I'm really excited to read this. This is a he is a rapper and she is his music manager, and it's an interracial relationship. And it has so many like ups and downs and twists and turns. It's a lot. So I haven't gotten to this one, but I absolutely will. Then I got The Alpha and His King by Kiki Clark. This one is another one that I got on Thrift Books. I have to take the sticker off. But I absolutely love this book. This is the first book in the Kincaid Pack series, and this has become one of my favorite series this year. I discovered Kiki Clark this year. I had never read her, and she writes only MM books, and this paranormal series, the Kincaid Pack, is my favorite thing that she writes. Book 2 in the series is actually my favorite. It's called The Second and His Bonded, but I'm very excited to have book 1 as I start collecting this series, because I absolutely love it. But it is age gap, MM, paranormal protector type romance, and I love it. Then I got Hostile Takeover by Lucy Lennox. This one I have not read, and this is actually a signed and personalized copy because I won this in a giveaway on Lucy Lennox's Instagram page. I've heard really good things about it. A couple of my friends online on Instagram have given it 5 stars, so I'm incredibly excited to read this, but I have not gotten to it yet. And I don't know what it's about. Then I got A Lesson in Thorns by Simone. This one I got used because I am going to meet Simone at a book signing in the beginning of 2022, and I didn't own any of her books, so I really wanted to, so when I saw this for very inexpensive, I snatched it up real quick because 1, I really want to read this book. 2, I'm going to meet Simone and I want to have something for her to sign, and 3, because this is one of my favorite covers ever. Like, I have loved this ever since the first time that I saw it. I just think it's absolutely stunning. Love it. I think it's amazing. So I'm really excited to have this book. Then the next 2 are both gifts from Stef at Novelty Corner. This is the Casanova by Tail Swan. It's book 3 in the Miles High Club series. I have not read this one yet. But I did read the first 2, and I really, really loved the Takeover, and I really liked the Stopover, so I'm excited to read this, and I'm very excited to have this, and it actually does have a signature in it, so thank you so much, Stef, for this Christmas gift. And Stef also got me Managed by Kristen Callahan, which is probably one of my favorite books of the year. Probably going to be on my favorite books of the year list. I absolutely adored this book. It is a rock star romance, but instead of the book being about the rock star, it is actually about their manager, and it's so good. And it's kind of like Grumpy Sunshine-ish, but it's amazing, and I absolutely love this. Thank you again so much, Stef, for these 2. Then we have The Risk by Elle Kennedy. This one is probably, I think, my favorite in the Briar U series. I own the whole off-campus series, and I've been very slowly collecting the Briar U series, so I'm excited to have this and add to my Elle Kennedy collection. This one is a new adult college romance where it's sort of forbidden because he plays for Harvard and she is the daughter of the coach of Fire. So excited to have this. I need to do a reread because it's been a while since I read this, but I absolutely love it. The next one that we have is The Rivalry by Nikki Sloan. This one was a gift from Jenn from the Book Refuge. I keep all of these little things and I keep them in the book when I put them on my shelves, so I remember who gave it to me. But I love this book by Nikki Sloan. I'm so happy to finally have this. I love the cover. Look at that ass. This is another forbidden college romance because the heroine is an Ohio State cheerleader and the hero plays for Michigan, and they are like super big rivals, so it's really funny to see this and see them have to figure out like their relationship and how they're gonna do this, and deal with the fact that they really like each other but they hate the schools that they go to. So it's very, very fun, and I'm so excited to have this in my collection on my shelf. So thank you so much, Jenn, for this lovely copy. Okay, so the next one that we have is People Meet on Vacation. This one, and actually this one also, which is Dream Lover by Virginia Henley, I got for, this one I got for $1 and this one I got for 50 cents at a library sale in my town. This is a new release from 2021. I have not read it, but I've heard good things about it. I haven't read anything from Emily Henry yet. Her name's up here. I haven't read anything from Emily Henry yet, but I've heard really good things, so I'm excited to have this. So when I saw it for $1, I picked it up real quick. And then this one I got because of this lovely stuff back there. Next one that we have is The Stopover by Tail Swan, which is the first book in the series, Miles High Club series that the Casanova is in. And this one was a gift for my birthday from Sam Reads a Little. So thank you so much again, Sam, for this. I really am excited to have this book on my shelf right next to the Takeover. I actually already owned the Takeover, so that is perfect. Now my whole series is complete. This one is really funny though because I gifted Sam this same book for her birthday, so perfect, works out perfectly. I'm excited to have this. I really like this book. It follows Jameson Miles, who is a like shark in the boardroom hero. He is a billionaire CEO, and the love interest is a employee. The next one that we have is The Bombshell Effect by Carla Sorensen. I adore Carla Sorensen. She has become very quickly one of my favorite authors. I discovered her this year with, actually this book was the first book that I read in 2021, and Carla Sorensen very quickly became a favorite author. I have read so many of her books this year, and this lovely book was gifted to me by Kerry from Booked for Romance. So thank you so much, Kerry. Absolutely love it, and I can't wait to read more Carla Sorensen next year when her new book comes out. So the next two are ones that I bought myself just because I felt like it, and that is Boyfriend by Serena Bowen and Epic by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. This one I bought because I didn't have Epic. This is the novella from the Him and Us duet. I didn't have this, and Elle Kennedy and Serena Bowen are making new covers for this series, so I wanted to get this one to match my covers before they got new covers. And then this one I just didn't have, and I love this book. I read it this year. It came out this year. It's so good, so adorable. This one is a really good holiday one because it takes place around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Next one that I have is Dangerous Temptations by Gianna Darling. This one was a birthday gift from Tori from Novel Life. I am very excited to continue growing my Gianna Darling collection. I have not read this one yet. I very much want to. It is very high on my TBR. I know that Gianna Darling is making audiobooks out of all of her books though, so I've almost am considering waiting, but we'll see if I can make it that far because I don't know when her books are going to come, when they're going to come out. But I'm really excited to read this one. It is a Guardian Ward romance that I have heard amazing things about. Next ones that I have are actually also from Tori. For Christmas, she gifted me this lovely copy of Superfan by Serena Bowen because she knows that I love Serena Bowen, and this beautiful ginger-haired Scottish historical romance with that amazing setback. And then this lovely, very sparkly card. I am very excited to have these two. Thank you so much, Tori. Like, you spoil me. This was lovely. You are absolutely amazing. So the next book that I got is one that I again bought myself, and that is this beautiful hardcover special edition copy of Forbidden by Carla Sorensen. This book is one of my favorites of the year. I am incredibly in love with this book. The way that I connected to the feelings and thoughts of the heroine in this book, whose name is Isabel, is just like, it hits me really hard, and I absolutely adored it. And it is also a single dad romance, which is just adorable, and I love it so much. So I had to buy this hardcover copy because this one is my favorite. Next thing that I have is this absolutely beautiful card from Ava from Ava's Romance Books. I love this. Look at how beautiful this lettering is, and this beautiful, and then she wrote this beautiful card, but I am actually going to frame this little artwork and put it on my shelf as a decoration, and it is from Never Seduce. It's a quote from Never Seduce a Scot, which is my favorite historical romance ever, and Avery loves this book too, so I really love that she put a quote from that, and it says, "I love you, Eveline. Somehow I'll make you hear me, and you'll know that I love you as fiercely as it's possible for a man to love a woman." And I just think it's such a beautiful quote. She chose so well, and I love the purple. It's my favorite color. Okay, the next book that we have is another Briar U book. This is the play. Again, I'm collecting all of the Briar U books, so I actually have the Dare here also. So the only one that I'm missing left is the Chase. So I'm very excited to have these two. Again, new adult college romances. The next book that I have is Strength by Amy Dawes. This book is part of the Harris Brothers universe. It is the Harris sisters book. It is Vi Harris's book, and it is such a lovely, beautiful book about that deals very heavily with depression and attempted suicide and just the struggles with like addiction and so many things. And it is a beautiful, beautiful romance where they really find strength in each other. And I absolutely love it. So, so good. 5-star romance. One of my favorite in the series. Then the next one that I have is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. This one's actually somebody gifted to me off my wish list, but it did not come with a note, so I have no idea who gave it to me, and nobody responded on my Instagram. So if it was one of you, please let me know so I can thank you properly. But I'm very excited to have this. I love this book. It is a story about a woman from who grew up kind of in the big city, and she goes to the Alaskan wilderness to visit her father, who's dying of cancer, who she hasn't seen since she was like a baby. And she meets and has a relationship develop with a very grumpy pilot who lives in the Alaskan wilderness and is friends with her father. So it is a very, very beautiful story, and I love it, and I'm so glad to have it. Okay, then the next two are both ones from Hello Lovely boxes. This one is Cherry Bomb by Carmel Rhodes. This was in the like Taboo Christmas box. It was like a secret box that you could buy. It was like a special edition, and you could choose what subgenre of romance it was, and it was basically like a winter themed holiday type box, and this was the Taboo romance that was in it. I've never read this or even heard of this book, so I'm incredibly excited to have it and read it and find out. I love Taboo romance, so I'm excited. And I think this cover is really cool. The Initiation by Nikki Sloan, which is also from a Hello Lovely box. I really love this copy. I think the green is beautiful, so I'm excited to have that one. Then I have Ivan by Sophie Lark. I am very excited to start building a Sophie Lark collection. I just recently read Ivan last month or the month before. Last month or early this month, I can't even remember anymore. I've talked about it so much. But this is a mafia romance where the heroine is an assassin sent to kill the hero, who's the head of a mafia family in Russia, and it is amazing. I love it, and I cannot wait to read more Sophie Lark. She's definitely on my TBR for 2022, and this one was a gift from Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life, so I'm incredibly thankful to her for giving me this book so that I can display this beautiful book on my bookshelf. Okay, so those were all of the ones that I got for like birthday, Christmas, and the ones that I bought recently. But then after Christmas, Barnes & Noble had a 50% off all hardcover sale, so I went to Barnes & Noble with my brother and I got a couple of books there, so I'm going to show you those ones too. The first one is actually not a hardcover, it's just one that I've been wanting, and that is the new cover copy of Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. I don't own the original covers, but I did read Ice Planet Barbarians, the first 3, I think, before this happened. But I really love, I know a lot of people don't like them. I think they're cool. I like them. I think they're pretty. So I'm excited to have this because I do think the cover is pretty, and I think there is actually like some like extra content in it. So I'm excited to do a reread and see what's up with the new one. Then I got a couple of hardcovers, the first one being this Barnes & Noble edition of Clanlands by Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish. I have the audiobook of Clanlands and I've been wanting to read it, so I am excited to have a physical copy, and I think this copy is beautiful. Then I got 2 classics. So if you do not know, I collect editions of Pride and Prejudice. It is my favorite classic. I absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite books ever. And this beautiful, beautiful copy of Pride and Prejudice I have been wanting. It is this beautiful, and it has artwork and designs in it, and it has like mixed media in it also, so like it has little notes and stuff, as you flipped through it. So like here's another one. And it has like drawings in it. So I have been wanting it for ages. I think the cover is beautiful. I think the inside's beautiful. So with it being 50% off, I finally picked it up. And then I also got a Chilton Classics edition. Chilton is one of the most beautiful classics editions. They actually come from the UK. Their editions are stunning. And I dropped in the classic section to see if they had the Pride and Prejudice version, because I've been wanting it and it's been out of stock everywhere in store. And it wasn't there. And the other book that I usually look for is Wuthering Heights, because I love Wuthering Heights, but they didn't have that one either. I will get it another time. But they did have this copy of The Secret Garden. I love The Secret Garden. It's very nostalgic for me. It reminds me a lot of my mom and childhood, and my mom reading it to me and watching the movies with me. So I absolutely had to have this absolutely stunning gold gilded edges edition of The Secret Garden to add to my shelf. I think it's stunning. So those are all the books that I've gotten recently. Thank you again to all the people who have gifted me a book. I really, really appreciate it. Truly, it means so much to me. So if that is it for this video, please give it a like if you liked it. But that's it. So subscribe and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.